Hey, my little pretties, what's up? It's your Mistress Deshaun Linus here, and today we are going to review a new episode of Teen Titans, another episode of Teen Titans. And now, last time we reviewed Mad Mod, which I find that episode to be quite interesting. This episode today we are reviewing is called Car Trouble. Now, this episode, I find this one to be just as good as the other episodes of season one that I like so far. And basically what's happened in this episode is basically Cyborg builds a new vehicle for the Teen Titans called the T car. And it's basically, like any other car except it's got, more powerful built and stuff inside. So Cyborg takes the car with the Titans and they end up going to what seems to be a movie store and they fight Overload, who is the new who is one of the villains in this episode. So they defeat him. However, though, Cyborg's car goes missing sometime in the episode. Cyborg finds out that his car was stolen. So he decides to have Raven help him. So Raven helps Cyborg finds his car because she knows how much his car really mean to him. However, though, they found two, teenage boys, stealing the car, but then they found out it wasn't them. They found out Gizmo is actually stealing the car. So Raven and Cyborg ended up getting the car back. And then after they get the car back, they're back at the Titans Tower, and I think it got damaged or something. So Cyborg and Raven fix the damage in the car, and that's pretty much how the episode ends. Now, what do I think of this episode, Teen Titans? Oh, pardon me if I'm a little tired, people. Pardon me if I'm a bit tired, like I am right now. I don't know why, but I'm just tired. I actually found this episode to be really good. Now, some people may not like it, and some of you guys probably liked it, but this is just my opinion. I really do think that this episode was really, really awesome, mainly because it's really interesting. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is basically, it's kind of like if you own a car and someone hijacks your car, and the thing about it is that this happens like a lot. Even throughout the states and other countries, people like to hijack other people's cars, for either money or whatever they seem to want. And crazy people like to do this. So this is the kind of reason why you should always lock your car up and even don't leave anything valuable that you don't want in there because someone could come in and steal your car. So this actually teaches a lesson to adults, teens, and even kids not to leave anything in the car that is valuable in case if their car was ever to get stolen. Either as the keys are inside and the kids inside, or not, or someone could just break in through the window and take whatever. This is actually a very good lesson for teenagers who are planning to drive one day, and even people who are planning to drive one day, is to never leave anything in the car. And even be careful where you're parking your car because some people could break in your car and take something. So, that's actually a really good lesson. And I actually find this lesson. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm yawning so much. I'm very tired today. But, this episode is actually a very good life lesson to those who are planning to get a car one day. Now, another thing I could definitely say that I like. Okay, enough of the rolling. So, let's get started. Basically, I like this episode because the concept of itself was very intriguing, which in that case, and which is to me, that is, it's teaching, not kids really, because kids can't drive, but, well, they could drive toy cars, but, you know, um, teenagers and adults who are driving or even planning to get a car and driver's license, they need to know that they need to be careful where they're parking because, sometimes people, crazy people, could go to your car, and if they see something they want, they can actually steal it. And, that's actually a very good lesson. And I'm glad this episode, Teen Titans, really taught that lesson, as, this happens like a lot, especially with lots of other people. There's lots of crazy people in the world that like to sit there, do that. Sometimes they like to break into cars. Sometimes they even have money and stuff, and they ended up, stealing it. This is the kind of reason why you should never leave your money unattended or anything valuable unattended. Especially if you're only going to be a second in the store or even in a movie theater or anything. This is actually a very good lesson because, your car could get stolen if you left your keys inside, or they could just break down the window and steal whatever you have. So this episode was really good at teaching everyone about this lesson. And I actually find this one to be a very good lesson. Now, I like the storyline of the episode, of how it all went out. It was just perfect. The theme of it is just basically teaching your kids, well, yeah, I say kids because, it's teenagers as well, but not children, not little children, but teenagers and adults. If they are planning to get a car, or if they're planning on getting their license, they need to watch this episode just so they can get it, what to do when you own a car and what not to do when you own a car. So, yeah, the animation is good, and the voice acting was really well done. And I just want to give a little fun fact, because I know I meant to say this in a couple of my episodes, but the actor for Cyborg, the voice actor for Cyborg in the original Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, the actor is actually King Ezekiel in The Walking Dead. So if you guys don't know The Walking Dead, like the AMC show, I highly recommend you check it out. And yeah, Cyborg's voice actor is in that show, and I really like his voice actor. Like, Cyborg's voice actor is really good. Now, with that said, here's something I want you guys to do. If you own a car right now, planning to drive and get a license, or even owning a car, please follow the instructions of this episode. One of them is being, keep an eye on your car, do not leave anything valuable in there that could get stolen, and watch out for, and here's another thing too, even set your car alarm in case if you're in a spot where crime is recently taken place, because that could surely scare some people off, but although it doesn't always work, but I just thought I'd get it out there. Now, that's pretty much all I have to say about the episode. I really like this episode, to be honest, and I do apologize if it's a little longer than it usually is. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up this review real quickly. Now, like I'm going to say right now, this is simply my own personal opinion on this show and this episode. If you like this show, I respect your opinion. If you do not like this show or this episode, I respect your opinion as well. And with that said, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's okay too. My final rating of this episode would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a reason why it's getting a 10 out of 10 is because it teaches everyone a good life lesson when if they're gonna own a car, drive a car, and get licensed and that. This is actually a very good lesson. And I'm not gonna repeat myself because most of you guys, should already know about it, in the video and that. But anyways, what did you think about this episode, Teen Titans? Did you like it? Did you not? Did you think it was okay? Also, what would you have done to make this episode a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'm the Shadow Linus. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And like always, I'll be signing off and see you all later.